So let me just start with a brief sort of layout about the situation. So, Dr. Khalid.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. So, Dr. Khalid, thank you for joining us. I appreciate how busy you are currently with the current climate and what's happening at the present moment in time. Just as a broad sort of start to this, from your perspective, what is actually happening? We're hearing all these different narratives from some mainstream media. We're getting quite a bit from social media. What really is actually happening? Just give us open up the nuances to us and tell us, what really is happening on the ground, inshallah.
Okay, Jazakallah khair, and thank you very much for the invite. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. First of all, this issue didn't start on the 7th of October. This issue has been ongoing for years and years, and the turning point in this issue is the attacks on Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. If you recall, 2 years ago, 28th of Ramadan, the people in Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa during the month of Ramadan, one of the holiest times and the holiest places to Muslims. Muslims were attacked in the evening prayer, and while they were fasting during the day, brutally attacked. Had this happened anywhere else in the world, the whole world would have stood against this aggression. There is no way any aggression against a place of worship is acceptable. And if you recall, a few years back in Paris, when there was an attack, the whole world leaders came and joined forces and marched together through the streets of Paris, showing solidarity to what was going on. So what happened a few years ago in Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa was a turning point for the resistance in Palestine, because the people in Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa actually called upon the resistance to help them, especially with the silence that is happening from across the Muslim world. And the resistance gave the Israeli occupation forces until 6 p.m. to withdraw and to free all the prisoners that were taken from inside the Masjid Al-Aqsa. This was the turning point, and Israel didn't adhere to this, and this was a start of war, an attack. In the last few days, before the 7th of October, there was severe attacks on the women at the gates of Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, and the whole world saw this, but also nothing was taken. The resistance has been planning for this not for 1 or 2 days. This has been in the planning for a long time, because to pull such an operation, what they did within a few hours, the whole army was at its knees, and this was devastating. And the occupation forces were a shock for the rest of that day. And also it was a Sabbath, so nothing was taken. However, you need to see the context in which this is happening. This has been a long occupation for 75 years. And before that, the British role in creating the state, the Zionist state in Palestine, also needs to be taken into account. Christian Zionism needs to be taken into account, and also Western interests. And if you recall what Joe Biden said, if there was no Israel in the Middle East, we would have to create an Israel for our own benefits in the region. Israel is this, everyone listening to us needs to bear this in mind. Israel, before it was a Jewish Zionist project, was a Christian Zionist project. And this was established for Western interests and also for religious reasons.